Hello, everybody.
Hello, welcome back to A Boring Revolution, your number one news source for everything in regards to the Boring Company. Thank you for joining me this wonderful evening. And what an interesting year it has been, to say the least. 2020 has just been absolutely insane for many, many reasons. So many positives to pull out of this year, but obviously that is going to be overshadowed by just this huge big thing that really we don't want to talk about, but it's just happening and we know it's happening. So we're not going to talk about the pandemic, but what I'm going to say is this has been a breakthrough year for the Boring Company, and really a lot of things have been going on in the last 12 months that we should be very, very proud of. The Boring Company has achieved all its goals in Las Vegas, and the successful conclusion of that project is inevitable. But the most bullish thing that I've seen in regards to the Boring Company has occurred over the last sort of 4 to 6 months. And what that is there's a lot of people out there in the tech community, in the YouTube community, the creative community, are starting to make statements about the Boring Company, and very, very positive statements. And today I'm going to explore a few of those statements and why those people are saying such bullish things about the Boring Company, why that gets me very, very excited, because if you can imagine what the potential is of having very, very large tunnel systems across a medium to large size city, then you can extrapolate from that imagination the potential revenue that you could generate, and thus the Boring Company is a very, very exciting prospect for people to talk about, and will be a very, very important part of Tesla's future mission to fully electrify potentially almost every form of transport available to man. So let's have a listen to one of my favourite bulls talk about why the Boring Company is going to do very, very well in the future.
Another thing I think Tesla could use their cash on that might be better than Bitcoin. The problem with better than Bitcoin is if you're a Bitcoin bull like me and you believe it has 20x to hit digital gold 2.0, you're like, it's harder to find a higher ROIC than that. But if we're talking about it, I think Tesla, I don't know, I would love to see them buy the Boring Company, frankly, even though that's a little bit outside of the box, just because I think the amount of synergies there of us building these networks and cities, Tesla's having unique access to the tunnels because they can't have ICE cars, them being perfectly situated to have it, integrating in with the FSD, so your Tesla just drives you to the Boring Company tunnel you need to go to. I think that would be a fascinating use of capital.
And there you have it. Galileo Russell, extremely bullish on the prospect of a large Boring Company tunneling system, and almost comparing it like for like to Bitcoin of all assets. Now, I think that's the first stretch, but I am certainly just as bullish in regards to a massive tunneling network under a large city. And the prospect of Tesla investing its large volumes of cash that it's holding in its assets and in its bank account into the Boring Company certainly is food for thought. I personally think as well that maybe it would be a good opportunity for Tesla to buy the Boring Company. However, really, I would prefer them to remain separate entities at least for the next 10 years, because what you need is one company focusing on a specific thing, i.e. tunneling and mass transit, and then Tesla focusing on electric vehicles, batteries, and autonomous systems. Basically, the world is Elon's oyster in terms of the Boring Company. How much time he wants to put into that is how big that company will grow, and I'm pretty confident that over the next couple of years he's going to start to put more and more time into the Boring Company. So great to hear Galileo Russell is so bullish on the Boring Company, but he's not the only one. Someone else has some very, very bullish opinions and ideas for the Boring Company. I wonder who that could be.
Elon Musk has his hand in a bunch of other projects as well, though none have been as successful as Tesla or SpaceX.
These include, the Boring Company, which is all about building tunnels underground to solve the problem of traffic.
I mean, you can think of these like wormholes. I need to get to the other side of LA or New York or whatever. Drop down the wormhole, pop out the other side.
Out of interest, let me know in the comments below if you're excited about the Boring Company. I certainly dig them. Oh my God, I just said that. Oh fuck, it just came out. I'm sorry guys. But seriously, let me know in the comments below if you're excited about this company. I think a lot of people are underestimating the impact of the Boring Company over the next 10 plus years.
He's also working on a Hyperloop project.
What the fuck? No, he's not. Jesus Christ, I'm high half the time and I make less mistakes than these clowns. 7 years ago, in 2013, Elon Musk released a white paper going, hey guys, here's this idea for this thing called Hyperloop. I'm too fucking busy to do it, but here's the idea. Please somebody else do this for me. And that's exactly what's happening. I mean, he's not working on anything to do with Hyperloop. I'm sorry, but this is just bad journalism.
And Steve Mark Ryan is exactly correct. The possibilities are endless for the Boring Company. You've just got to appreciate that potentially this could be a real game changer for mass transit. Also, there's a bit of FUD squashing at the end, which is good to see. And, the focus at the moment is on urban transport. It is not on long-distance transportation solutions like the Hyperloop. But as we start to see, more and more people are talking about the Boring Company. They're starting to imagine potentially what this could look like in the future. We've got hundreds of miles of tunnels underneath cities, linking every major destination in that city and potentially linking other cities that are nearby and towns as well. So there's a lot of bullish sentiment around at the moment, and it just doesn't stop there. Potentially the biggest bull on YouTube has a lot to say about the Boring Company. And here he is.
The Boring Company, we already know that the Boring Company is making good progress in Las Vegas, and they are going to open up the Las Vegas project at the convention center. They're going to be expanding and tunneling extensively in the Las Vegas area and building this large network of tunnels that will serve a big chunk of the community, delivering fantastic transportation at low cost, turning 15-minute commutes into 3-minute commutes. We're also going to see, it looks very likely that Tesla will be building a Boring Company project in Austin, Texas, which makes a lot of sense because Giga Texas is going in Austin. Tesla has a lot of other activities in Austin, Texas, and eventually Elon is going to want to extend this loop project in Austin down to Boca Chica, where the SpaceX spaceport is going to be. It's a longer-term project to connect down to Boca Chica, but we're going to see a big project in Austin, Texas. And Austin is a big college town. It is the home of South by Southwest, so it does get a fair amount of tourism. It's another great showcase for how cool and wonderful the Boring Company projects can be.
Perfectly worded. And these showcases are brilliant ways for the Boring Company to sell their product throughout North America. And ultimately, one showcase will lead to another showcase, will lead to more and more projects, an unlimited supply of potential new revenue. Warren Redlick is not the only person who is very bullish on the Boring Company at this very moment in time. There are two other wonderful individuals who are also really quite excited by potential Boring Company projects in the future. Let's have a listen what they've got to say.
Meanwhile, in Vegas, the Boring Company's Las Vegas Loop gets unanimous approval from the Las Vegas City Council, opening up the expansion of the Las Vegas Loop system from the convention center first to the Wing, then to the Strip, even further south to McCarran Airport, and then north as far as the Fremont Experience in downtown. This is really exciting stuff. And it seems that the Boring Company is well on its way to demonstrate feasibility. Las Vegas will be the Boring Company pilot project city. And if the Las Vegas Loop can demonstrate a high passenger travel throughput with low ticket prices, we are very sure that many other cities will want to implement a loop system as fast as possible. Even more so, since the whole endeavor is completely funded by the Boring Company itself. Not even one single taxpayer dollar is needed.
So very well put. I couldn't have said it better myself. As you can see, the bullish sentiment is everywhere. People are starting to wake up very quickly, not just on YouTube, but in the rest of the populace, that the Boring Company is the real deal. They're going to start delivering what they've been talking about over the last 2 years, and that is going to open the doors to many, many new possibilities, as well as potentially closing off the mass transit system from other competitors. But who are our competitors? Who's going to come in and try and compete with the Boring Company and Tesla? Well, they're not really as impressive as you might hope they would be. So visually, impressive. On paper, very, very impressive. But really, in reality, when they're up against big competition like Tesla, are these systems going to stand up to the test of time? I personally think they're going to get absolutely slaughtered. That would be a shame, but that is just my personal opinion. And if you really, really believe in the Boring Company, you know that from day one, the system in Las Vegas is going to absolutely slaughter everything that already exists in the city of Las Vegas. So, and on that bullish finish to the video, I'm going to call it a day. Thank you for joining me, and remember, don't be boring. See you on the next one. Thank you everyone, goodbye.
Excellent! This is Sparta!